I posted that clip of Rory McIlory at the Canadian Open talking about how he admits he's been lacking a little motivation to go to the driving range for 3 or 4 hours a day now that he's won the Masters and completed his career Grand Slam. And in my comments section, Rory's been taking a lot of heat with some really terrible comments.
Going and grinding on the range for 3 or 4 hours every day is, maybe a little tougher than it used to be. Just, you have this event in your life that you've worked towards and it happens. Sometimes it's hard to find the motivation to get back on the horse and go again. So,
however, this is one of the few times I'm actually on Rory's side. Now, part of the problem is most of the people making those comments and disrespecting Rory, they've never actually accomplished anything of significance at any point in their lives. So how can you relate to someone like Rory who has? When someone is as physically gifted as Rory at what he does, and when he puts his entire body, mind, and soul for several years into achieving that one thing, which for him was the Masters win and getting his green jacket, it's completely understandable that he wants to exhale for a while and decompress and not really care much about playing events like the Canadian Open where he's being paid well just to show up anyway, win or lose. Gifted people at their craft always need time to exhale after climbing whatever mountaintop they've reached. This is why we often see some of the world's toughest athletes like bawling their eyes out after winning a championship or Olympic gold medal. It's their body and mind just physically exhaling after all that buildup to get to that point. All of our favorite singers and bands take months or even years before recording their next album because they need some time to regroup and figure out their next step or goal. Rory McIlory isn't going to fall off the face of the earth now just because he's a Masters champ. He's simply too good for that. Rory will be just fine. Give the guy a few weeks or even a few months to refocus. He'll get there. He's Rory frickin' McIlroy.